Hey, it's King Redbeard, and I just thought I'd put together a video on what I've discovered related to line of sight. So basically, the rule is, under certain conditions, the game will assign the nearest guard to fetch your unconscious body, and that guard will count as having instantly seen you. Now, the certain conditions are pretty simple, although it's kind of hard to tell what they are from within the game. So I'm going to do my best here to let this guard see me and be actively coming after me, and then knock myself unconscious. I'll show you what happens. Alright, so he sees me and comes for me, and if I can do this quick enough, knock myself unconscious. There we go. And what I want you to see is now the living witnesses is one. But who has seen me? Not this guard, but this one, the closest one. And so I think it's something built into the game that they don't want to leave unconscious bodies lying around because you could exploit that pretty easily. So they'll assign one of the guards to fetch the unconscious body. So if I sit here, that guard. Now this guard has seen me because any guard that's in line of sight of your unconscious body will see you. I think that might be something related to the game as well. So he gets me. I'm going to restart here and show you something else here. If you go in, and here's why I said the conditions aren't super easy. So that guard was looking at me. Okay, so this guard sees me. We know if I went over here and I knocked myself unconscious, that one of them would see me, the closest one. Sometimes it'll be that guy, sometimes it'll be the other one. But if he comes up here to where he last saw me, kind of looks around, and then starts going back to where he was before, now if I knock myself unconscious, he doesn't witness me, nobody comes to get me. Of course, if he was to patrol into my area where my unconscious body was, he would see me instantly. So here's really the third part of this. It will only apply if you're unconscious in the same room that the guard is, so that a guard can actually pick you up. Let's see if I'm close enough. Yeah. So he sees me, he's chasing me. And by the way, like this status doesn't really indicate, I said it's really hard to tell when they're in the mode that they're going to pick you up. Normally, if they can't see you, it'll say the status is investigating. And sometimes they'll still be investigating, but they can't pick you up. At any rate, now I'm going to warp into this room where this guy technically can go, but he can't just because it's closed. And if I go in here, and I knock myself out, no living witnesses, nobody tries to come and get me. However, see, I'm right on top of him now. It's funny, it says he's carrying the body, and that has to do with, so he's seen me now, and it showed us carrying the body because I was unconscious when I teleported. But if you're unconscious and you come back, a lot of times, it seems like a lot of times, but not all the time, you'll be conscious again. And very interestingly, he's panicked. He doesn't know what to do, even though he was just trying to carry my body. Alright, so let me see if I can do one more thing here. I will say that if you alert the guards, it not the same, doesn't put them in the same condition if you alert them, and then you move or you knock yourself unconscious where they can't see you, it won't do anything. So I wanted to show you, that's what it was. I'm going to show you kind of the alternate scenario where the guy sees me and I visit to a place where he can't see me, not inside a room that he can't get to, but to a room where they could still get to and knock myself unconscious. Alright, so nobody has seen me. They will when I go back. They would when I came back, but... Alright, so now, even though the two guards saw me, and it was both of these guards, it turns out, this guy is the one that saw me, because this guy is the one that the game assigned to go and pick me up. And probably when I teleport back, I don't think they'll... Okay, they have another guard, the guard that was assigned to pick me up this time, because he was closer, and I was unconscious. It's interesting, they're not picking me up for some reason. I guess this guy was trying to pick me up. Yeah, this guy actually saw me. So anyway, so that's the point, is that the game will assign a guard to go and pick up an unconscious body if one of the guards was currently after you, investigating something, but not investigating according to the status. Now, of course, that has some implications with glitch sick. All the same rules apply, except they apply instantly whenever you're glitch sick. See, I've got all my teleporters on there. Alright, so now it's pretty much the same situation, except instead of me knocking myself out, I'll be unconscious automatically whenever I glitch over there. So I'm going to do the case that's not super obvious to start out, and I'm going to go into a room that they can't get to. Both of them see me, that's fine. They're not witnesses. I go to this room, and none of them are witnesses. They're still investigating. They're going to go to this spot on the floor. So now I'm awake. As soon as I teleport back, I'll be unconscious again. And they should have both seen me because I was unconscious. Alright, so let's see if it really works the same way with all the teleporters. The swapper is the one that's the most difficult to show that with. But it also doesn't matter how far away you go. Just waiting for one of those guys to see me. Okay, this is as far away as I can go with my teleporter, but it'll be this guy that sees me instantly when I'm unconscious. So now he's seen me. There's my witnesses. It doesn't have anything to do with the trail. It just has to do with me being unconscious there. So that is what I've found. And there is one more interesting thing, I think, which is basically, it's not anything new, but I will do a staggered guard. So I'm going to hit him with this swapper here so that he's staggered. Okay, so stagger. This guy's distracted. It really doesn't matter. I like the visitor because the line, well, I'll use the sidewinder. The lines kind of made me think, well, can they see the trail? But I don't think that has anything to do with it. So this guy is staggered. This guy will probably see me in this case. Yeah, so that guy's seen me. What I wanted to show is that the staggered guard can actually see you. So let me see if I can pull that off. for these guys to see me. How about you? Come right over here. Alright. I'll just let him see me again. Oh yeah, I'm going to stagger him, I forgot. He's staggered. Take that back. Go here. He hasn't seen me yet, but he will see me as soon as he stops being staggered. Yeah, so he's seen me. And then the other interesting thing is he doesn't see a corpse anymore. So now he doesn't know where I am, even though he did while I was unconscious. So that's just another indication of what the game is doing. And that's pretty much all that I have to show. It's kind of the same deal, even if they've already been alerted. Let's just do that. Let's do the having been alerted thing. Good. I've got a situation here where I can have a guard that I can alert. I'll go over here where he can't see me anymore. I guess he called one of his friends. I'm going to wait till they go back to their spots, and he's going to keep searching. He's going to come up here. I kind of like that guy. Wait till that guy is... Anyway, I'm going to teleport right behind him, and he's not going to know where I'm at. That's the point. Yeah. So someone did see me. I guess. Oh yeah, they saw me earlier, but he doesn't know where I'm at right now because he wasn't in that state where he knew where I was, or not. Like he was going to a place where he had seen me. So that state was actually searching. Sometimes it can be investigating. Nevertheless, they won't see you unless they're really responding to that actual sight that they have of you. And once again, any guard can do that if one guard is responding to the sight. Later on with crash games a little bit, and it doesn't seem to affect that at all. I say that and now I'm unsure about myself. Let's just do it. Let's do this. Come up here. Crash him. Crash all of them. That way they can't communicate my location to each other in theory. But we've got a living witness. Which one is it? This guy. He was crashed. So the crash game doesn't do anything to stop that either. And that's it for now.